that conversation about Brian Kelly.
Oh.
Okay. We should talk about it. All right. Because this clip was displayed and showcased to my eyes. Mm-hmm. And I said, God damn, Brian Kelly is going to get murdered for that. And they said, oh, yeah, he is. Because I was not on the internet at the time whenever this video had hit the internet. I was in the middle of something, catching up with some people back in Plum. That was very cool. But as soon as I saw it, I go, oh, that he's getting it, huh? And they're like, yeah. And what he's getting it for is there seems to be quite a change in dialect, in in speaking, in tone, in everything of Brian Kelly, just like 24 hours apart from each other. Yeah. And it's pretty noticeable, I guess, by the internet. Go ahead and run that thing.
Those incredible 12 years of my life, for me and my family, being here at Notre Dame.
It's a great night to be a Tiger. I'm here with my family, and we are so excited to be in the great state of Louisiana.
My family. Hey, now listen, people are burying Brian Kelly because he's easy to bury because he did actually be a part of burying a child.
Yeah, exactly.
At one point. So, I mean, there is a lot to talk about Brian Kelly, and his head almost exploded at a lot of times. And I saw him at Cincinnati when he was on his, I was at West Virginia, he was at Cincinnati. They had great teams, okay? They had great teams with great games. He was a psychopath, though.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he's gone up, he's evolved, he's grown. The way he has left Notre Dame. Yeah, still it has to be. He's a college football coach. The way he left Notre Dame with college football, everything that's going on, obviously he is college football coach through and through, Brian Kelly. Okay?
Sure.
He will do song and dance if he has to do song and dance whenever. With all that, and we are not Brian Kelly fans here. Let's go ahead and make sure that is. We respect that he's been able to win, but we assume that winning in college football, if you're not like Nick Saban who just has a factory, there's some shit probably happening behind for some people, not all people. So we are not Brian Kelly fans necessarily, but pretty hypocritical if everybody started burying his family all of a sudden. Could you imagine getting dropped down in the bayou? Did you hear how Coach O spoke? That's how the natives spoke down there. Brian Kelly was walking office to office, booster to booster, meeting to meeting, lunch to lunch yesterday, meeting everybody down at LSU. Hey, that's who he's talking to. I mean, that's how, I don't know how he wouldn't have picked up just a little bit. I mean, there's people talking with a Yinzer accent all over the place from this show. Now, I don't know if it happens within the first 8 hours, but I will be one to tell you. I played soccer over in England. Mm-hmm. I was mating all of them. You know? Hello? I mean, I played soccer in Paris as a kid. I came back, right? Yeah. They asked questions, after everything, I was speaking like for a couple of days. I order food from different places. My mouth immediately, just to speak to them. I don't think we should be burying Brian Kelly for this particular action. I think it could happen to everybody, but goddamn, it is a great added piece to the recipe of this guy sucks. And the internet has gone bananas with it, obviously.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like you said, like, is it a huge deal? I mean, they loved it in the arena, obviously.
My family.
They were going nuts.
We had gumbo earlier today.
But it is, it's like, hey, any feather you can put in your hat to say this guy fucking sucks, more people just jump at the opportunity to, and he provided one.
I do love the fact that the LSU community, who would normally not stand for this guy or any of the shit, like if this happened at Alabama or anywhere else with Brian Kelly, they in the moment have to believe, especially publicly and everything like that. And it sounds like they're in. Hey, I feel like they're supporting his family.
I think so.
I think they're going to get going. And Brian Kelly has won a lot.
Everywhere.
Now, he's in the SEC. That team's going to be good. It does not matter how many families or accents you have. If you win, people will be fans. Highlights don't matter. No. If you win, people... Now, if you stink, the highlights are the only thing selling.
That's right.
Yeah. But winning is literally the biggest fan creator, the biggest number generator, the biggest everything. And this guy knows that, and that's why he can do all of the insufferable shit that he does, because all he does is win.
Yeah.
But man, if he starts losing down there, I think his family is going to be experiencing something much different than they've ever experienced before.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, I have enjoyed, because you were talking about how the feather in a cap just for this, like all the stories about Brian Kelly being a piece of shit, like with LaFleur and Salah inviting him over to the coach's Christmas party and saying, "Hey, you're parking cars and shoveling the driveway."
You're actually valet. We are having
I have enjoyed all that stuff this week, and this is just a feather.
Well, Notre Dame too. There's a lot of shit coming out of Notre Dame too. Those are only going to continue to lose.
Assistants apparently who.
Yeah, I'm not fucking going down with that guy.
Stabilizing the program.
Marcus Freeman, one of the coolest dudes of all time. He's about to be. We are here. Let's talk about Brian Kelly here before we wrap up this hour, and then dive into the third hour with Darius Butler joining us the entire way. Coaches getting up and leaving. I think we've all talked about. Got to do, but the way it goes about is despicable. How about Brian Kelly? Okay, going down to the bayou, picking up a Southern accent, getting a good pop, dropping an L. I mean, it seems like Brian Kelly's got it all figured out down there. What happens if he gets buzzsawed in the SEC? He is going to eat it. Because I will drop into a Southern accent.
I haven't even won all my games yet.
He said my games, by the way.
Well, that's just like when Hugh said, I know I'm going to win here in Cleveland. And I was like, well, this guy's fucking out. I know. Anytime a head coach is saying anytime I know I'm going to win here, not the right mentality. Hugh, good guy, by the way. Cleveland, bad situation. But that is fascinating. Brian Kelly has a long list of shit, I guess, that people definitely hate about him. And this is another one.
Man.
SEC's tough, though, D-Butt.
It is, but Brian Kelly's a good coach, man. Matter of fact, we were in the Big East when he was in Cincinnati, and he turned that program around. Everywhere he's been, he's won. So, I mean, I've been around a ton of coaches. I've been fortunate to have some really good guys that have been coaches. But to be honest with you, a lot of these coaches are assholes. A lot of these guys are type A personalities. A lot of these guys are frauds. They'll walk in your house and throw in a fake ass. You know how many guys in the South he's recruited? He's got plenty of accents under his skin. That was hilarious that he picked it up that quickly. I mean, it's been a lot of hate that's come out about Brian Kelly lately. I don't necessarily have that same venom towards him. He does some little asshole prickish things here and there, but I think at the end of the day, he's a good coach. And I think LSU will be contending for a national championship in the next couple of years.
They're going to have to, or it's going to get hard for Brian Kelly down there in the SEC. It's different down there, especially down in the Bayou. The thought of Brian Kelly picking up this Southern accent and having 4 to 5 different ones didn't even cross my mind, because he goes into California. Bro, he drops. What's up, bro? He's got a California. He's got a California cell. He's down there in South Florida. Okay, he's probably got a little South Florida. I didn't even think about him in the South for all these years.
I would want to hear him switch up from the deep South to like the Texas South, because that's a.
Oh, and then drop into Boston. By the way, we want to get a wicked.
Well, I think is he from Mass?
He's from the Northeast. Is Brian Kelly Frank Caliendo when he's recruiting all these players? This is absurd. Holy shit.
All right, let's get to a break. What up, whoa? Brian Kelly. Recruit. And then going, it's wicked awesome up here. And then going to Chicago and Pittsburgh. Just enters a plane, goes into the bathroom, looks in the mirror. We're going to Texas, Brian.